Have you ever laid your head upon the pillow, yet your mind burned with worry, thoughts of lack, of illness, of failure pressing like shadows against the door of your heart? Have you felt the weight of tomorrow before tomorrow even arrived, the fear of unpaid bills, the ache of loneliness, the dread of a diagnosis, the feeling that destiny has somehow passed you by? Beloved, what if I told you that in this very moment, as you drift into sleep, there lies a secret key within your own mind, a key that commands your very cells to awaken, that heals the broken places, that opens doors no man can shut? For the scripture declares in Job 22:28, Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee, and the light shall shine upon thy ways. And I tell you tonight, that decree is the word you speak before you surrender to sleep. The subconscious mind, the silent builder, the faithful servant, takes the command of your word and works through the night in secret, bringing forth healing, order, wealth, love, and peace. Now listen closely, for what I share with you is not theory, it is law. It is the law of belief, the eternal truth that as you believe, so shall it be done unto you. Faith is not struggle. Faith is not strain. Faith is the inner knowing that the invisible becomes visible, the unseen becomes seen, the impossible becomes inevitable. Consider the words of Romans 12:2, Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Transformation is not the work of chance, but of law. When you renew the images you hold in the inner workshop of your mind, you renew your very flesh, your fortune, your future. Your subconscious accepts the image impressed upon it, whether of disease or health, of poverty or abundance, of failure or success. Say to yourself now, my subconscious mind is the dwelling place of divine order. It accepts my command and brings forth all harmony, health, wealth, and perfect peace. Thomas Edison, that great apostle of light, once said that the secrets of invention came to him not in the noise of the day, but in the silence between waking and sleeping. He trusted the subconscious to reveal the answer, and so must you. Walt Disney saw kingdoms of imagination long before a single brick was laid, for he impressed upon his subconscious the image of a world of wonder, and his inner picture became outer reality. Beloved, tonight I speak to you as one who knows you are not a victim of circumstance. You are the captain of your soul, the master of your fate, not by willpower, but by the images and beliefs you consent to plant in the fertile soil of the subconscious. Poverty is no tyrant over you. Illness is no dictator. Fear is no sovereign, unless you permit them to dwell within your mind. Say softly within yourself now, I banish fear, I enthrone faith. My subconscious is filled only with the pattern of divine abundance and radiant health. Mark 11:24 declares, What things soever ye desire when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. Prayer is not begging, prayer is not pleading, prayer is the acceptance of that which already is in the realm of the unseen. When you pray, you impress upon your subconscious the finished picture, the accomplished fact. You do not say, someday I shall be healed, for that day never comes. You say, I am whole now. You do not cry, someday I shall be wealthy, for that is to postpone the banquet of life. You say, I am rich now, for the riches of God flow through me. Pause and feel it. The great river of life flowing through your body, carrying strength to every cell, harmony to every nerve, joy to every thought. Feel wealth circulating in your affairs, opportunities rising like morning sun, unexpected channels of supply opening before you. This is no fantasy, this is law. The subconscious mind is impersonal, inexhaustible, infinitely creative. It builds your body cell by cell, organ by organ. It weaves your destiny thought by thought, belief by belief. What you impress, it expresses. As the proverb declares, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23:7. Whisper now, I think abundance, I feel abundance, I radiate abundance, therefore abundance is mine. Andrew Carnegie, who rose from a penniless boy in Scotland to become one of the wealthiest men of his generation, confessed that his empire was not built on chance but on vision. He saw himself wealthy, he believed in that inner picture, and his subconscious opened the way. Napoleon Hill, his disciple, wrote, Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. These men were not favored by luck but by law, and the same law that prospered them prospers you, if you believe. Beloved, let us now journey deeper. For sleep is not merely rest, it is the gateway to the treasury of the subconscious. In the night hours, while your conscious mind sleeps, your deeper mind works ceaselessly, tirelessly, faithfully, bringing to pass the seed you have sown. If you sow fear, you reap nightmares and anxiety. If you sow faith, you reap healing, harmony, and abundance. Therefore, before you surrender to sleep tonight, let this be your command. Infinite intelligence within me, guide every atom, every cell, every organ into perfect health. Open before me the doors of abundance. Direct my path in divine order. I sleep in peace. I awaken in joy, and I live in success. Ernest Holmes, founder of the Science of Mind, declared, "Change your thinking, change your life." This is no idle phrase, but the eternal gospel of the subconscious mind. If you think lack, you live lack. If you think sickness, you feel sickness. If you think harmony, wealth, and love, you live harmony, wealth, and love. Can you see it now? That the kingdom of heaven is not a place far off, but a state of consciousness within you. Jesus said the kingdom of God is within you. That kingdom is your subconscious mind, waiting, longing to be filled with the riches of faith, the beauty of love, the strength of health, the radiance of joy. Affirm again, the kingdom of God is within me. I am one with infinite supply, infinite health, infinite love. I am guided now into perfect expression. And so, as you prepare for sleep tonight, remember this: you are not at the mercy of chance, nor the prisoner of fate. You are the master builder of your destiny. Your subconscious is the builder, your belief the blueprint, your spoken word the decree. Choose this night to decree life, and life shall answer. Do you feel it stirring within you now? The quickening of faith, the lifting of fear, the dawning of a new awareness that you are greater than circumstance, richer than appearances, stronger than obstacles. This, beloved, is the night command that awakens cells, that heals the flesh, that restores the soul. Speak it, believe it, sleep in it, and it shall be done unto you according to your faith. Let us continue. For what began in the stillness of belief must now be clothed in image, in picture, in vivid imagination. For the law of the subconscious is simple yet majestic. What you imagine with feeling, you bring to pass. Your subconscious does not argue with you. It does not reason as the conscious mind does. It accepts the image you present, whether good or evil, life-giving or destructive, and sets about to embody it in your world. This is why Jesus, the great teacher, declared in Mark 11:24, "What things soever ye desire when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them." Desire is the seed. Belief is the soil. Imagination is the rain that nourishes the seed until it springs forth. Pause and picture this now. Suppose you are ill in body, weary in mind, oppressed in spirit. If you close your eyes and imagine yourself standing strong, radiant with health, walking freely, laughing joyously, then your subconscious accepts that image as truth. It sets in motion the mighty currents of healing life, reorganizing cells, adjusting nerves, harmonizing the secret chemistry of your blood. Say quietly within, "The healing presence of God flows through me now, restoring every cell. I see myself whole, I feel myself whole, I know myself whole." Consider the story of Carl Jung, the great psychologist who spoke of images arising from the deep unconscious that guide and heal. He knew what ancient sages proclaimed, that the picture you hold shapes your destiny. The subconscious is a living cinema. What you play upon its screen becomes the scenery of your tomorrows. Do you understand why fear is so destructive? Because fear is simply negative imagination. When you imagine failure, you fail. When you imagine sickness, you fall sick. When you imagine rejection, you repel the very love you crave. But when you imagine success, you succeed. When you imagine health, you heal. When you imagine love, you attract. Proverbs 29:18 declares, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." Vision is not fantasy. Vision is the divine blueprint impressed upon your subconscious. Without it, you wander in circles. With it, you move in divine order toward your destiny. Affirm, "I live in vision, not in fear. My inner pictures are radiant with health, love, abundance, and perfect harmony." Let me tell you of Walt Disney once more. Before Disneyland ever existed, he walked through barren land and said to his brother, "Can you see it? His brother shook his head, but Walt could see. Streets of laughter, castles of wonder, families rejoicing. He saw it so vividly that his subconscious accepted it as already real. And though men laughed at him, though banks doubted him, the image persisted, until what was once unseen became a global reality. Beloved, what is your Disneyland? What vision burns quietly in your soul? Is it a healed body, a home of beauty, a career of meaning, a love that lifts you? Tonight, as you drift into sleep, paint it boldly on the canvas of your mind. See it as already done. Feel it as already yours. The subconscious, which never sleeps, will carry out your mental picture. Job 22:28 again resounds, Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee. Your decree is not merely words, it is the vivid image impressed with feeling. To decree abundance, see yourself living in it. To decree healing, see yourself moving in it. To decree love, see yourself radiating it. Say now, I decree only life, love, wealth, and health. My subconscious accepts my decree and fulfills it with divine perfection. Some years ago, I counseled a man stricken with what doctors called incurable disease. His body was weak, his face pale, his heart filled with despair. I told him, each night as you fall asleep, see yourself running upon the beach, strong and free. Hear the laughter of children, feel the wind in your hair, the strength in your limbs. He protested, but I cannot even rise from bed. I said, you need not rise now, you need only rise in mind. Your subconscious will carry the image to your cells. He obeyed faithfully. Night after night, he painted the picture before sleep. Weeks passed, then months, and slowly the body followed the mind. Muscles strengthened, organs healed, energy returned. Within a year, he walked into my office, radiant, alive. He said, Doctor, I lived the picture before I could live the reality, and now the reality has followed. Beloved, the image rules the flesh. Romans 4:17 declares of God, He calleth those things which be not as though they were. This is the creative act of imagination, to call health while sick, to call abundance while broke, to call love while lonely, is not deception, but creation. The subconscious takes the call and makes it flesh. Whisper to yourself, I call forth health, I call forth wealth, I call forth love. It is done, it is so. Let us speak now of healing more deeply. Your body is composed of trillions of cells, each with intelligence, each listening to the commands of the subconscious. When you affirm life, your cells respond. When you imagine vitality, your cells quicken. When you speak harmony, your nervous system aligns. Say softly, every atom of my being is attuned to divine harmony. I am strength, I am vitality, I am life. Do you remember the words of Jesus in Matthew 8:13? As thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. The Roman centurion did not need Jesus to visit his house. He knew that the spoken word carried authority, and so it is with you. Your word, united with belief, carries authority over your subconscious, and through the subconscious, over your body and your world. Think of Thomas Edison. He held the image of a glowing filament of light while others scoffed. Failure after failure did not deter him, for the picture was fixed in his mind. He saw it until it became. Beloved, if the subconscious can produce electricity from imagination, can it not produce health from imagination? Can it not produce wealth from imagination? Can it not produce peace from imagination? Yes, it can. Yes, it does. Yes, it will for you. Affirm, I imagine only good. I feel only good. I expect only good. And good flows to me now. Andrew Carnegie, too, saw beyond the smoky poverty of Scotland to the grandeur of American industry. His subconscious accepted the vision of wealth, and life conspired to bring it forth. Napoleon Hill, who studied him, declared again and again, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. What then shall you conceive tonight? What shall you believe? The choice is yours. Some fear that visualization is vain fantasy. But hear me, fantasy is idle daydreaming with no belief. Visualization is creative prayer, the language of the subconscious. When you visualize with faith, you are not escaping reality. You are shaping reality. Remember Genesis 1:27. So God created man in his own image. To be in the image of God is to share the power of imaging, of creation through thought. God imagined the universe into being. You, as his child, imagine your world into being. Say with confidence, I am made in the image of God. I create with thought. I shape with vision. I manifest with belief. Beloved, hear me now. When you lie down this night, do not let your last thought be fear or regret or lack. Let your last thought be the vivid picture of the life you long to live. If you crave healing, see yourself healed. If you crave wealth, see yourself prosperous. If you crave love, see yourself embraced. For the last thought of night becomes the seed of morning. As you drift into slumber, your conscious guard dissolves, and the subconscious absorbs the image whole. All night long it works, tirelessly, ceaselessly, faithfully, to bring forth the picture into manifestation. Do not resist, do not struggle, simply surrender the picture with joy, for resistance is doubt, and doubt delays, but surrender with faith is acceptance, and acceptance is creation. Affirm, I release resistance, I release fear, I release doubt, I accept only the picture of good, it is mine now. Ernest Holmes declared, the thing you are seeking is seeking you. Think of that, the wealth you seek, the healing you desire, the love you crave, they are seeking you. Why? Because your inner picture is their magnet. Like attracts like, what you radiate you draw, what you imagine you magnetize. Beloved, picture now a golden light within your heart, radiating outward. This light is health, wealth, love, harmony. See it filling your home, your workplace, your relationships. See it attracting opportunities, friendships, blessings. Hold that picture. Feel it. Know it. It is so. As Proverbs 3:6 promises, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Acknowledge God in your imagination, and he directs the subconscious to manifest his perfection. Now rest, dear soul. Rest in the certainty that the picture you hold tonight is already real in the invisible. Tomorrow and the next day and the next, it shall take shape and form. For the subconscious never fails, the law of belief never lies, the divine order never falters. Say as you drift, I see only life, I feel only life, I know only life, my subconscious accepts my picture, and it is done. And so, beloved, let sleep take you now, not in fear but in faith, not in worry but in wonder, not in doubt but in divine decree. The night command has been given, the picture has been planted, the healing has begun. Rest, for it is finished. Let us journey further. You have learned that belief is the seed, and imagination the picture. Now we must speak of the sacred act that waters the seed and brings the picture to life. Prayer. But hear me well, prayer is not begging. Prayer is not pleading with a reluctant deity. Prayer is not the anxious repetition of words hoping to twist God's around. Monsieur, prayer is the quiet acceptance of the eternal truth. It is the act of aligning your conscious thought with the law of your subconscious. It is the planting of the finished result in the fertile soil of the deeper mind. Jesus declared in Matthew 6:8, Your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask him. You do not pray to inform God of your lack, as though infinite intelligence were unaware. You pray to align yourself with the supply already given, the health already flowing, the peace already established. When you pray, see the end as accomplished. Do not pray for healing, pray from healing. Do not pray for abundance, pray from abundance. Do not pray for love, pray from love. In prayer, you enter the state of already having, already being, already living the answer. Say softly now, I pray not for but from. I accept the answer as now. I live in the reality of divine fulfillment. Mark 11:24, which we have spoken before, resounds with new light. When ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. Notice, believe that you have received. Past tense, already done. Prayer is the act of assuming the answer is complete. Andrew Carnegie, when asked the secret of his success, said, I pictured what I desired as already mine. I believed it was so, and my subconscious arranged the way. That is prayer. Napoleon Hill told thousands, hold the picture of your desire in your mind, mix it with faith, and you will see it come to pass. That is prayer. Prayer is not ritual. Prayer is not empty form. Prayer is creative union with the unseen, impressed upon the subconscious, expressed in the seen. Say to yourself, I pray with joy, I pray with gratitude, I pray knowing the answer is mine now. Now let us unfold the great law that governs the answers to prayer. Divine order. You may ask, why has my healing not come swiftly? Why has my wealth delayed? Why has love not appeared at my door? Beloved, the answer is this. The subconscious works always according to order, harmony, sequence. The answer is never denied, but it unfolds in the perfect time, the perfect way, the perfect channel. Romans 8:28 assures us, all things work together for good to them that love God. That good is divine order, the unseen intelligence orchestrating every step, every meeting, every circumstance. Trust it. For impatience is unbelief, but trust is faith. Think of the farmer who plants the seed. He does not dig it up each day, anxious to see if it grows. He trusts the law of growth. So must you trust the law of the subconscious. Your prayer is answered the moment it is impressed. The manifestation unfolds according to divine timing. Affirm now, I rest in divine order. The unseen is arranging the scene. My prayer is answered. My good is on the way. Walt Disney once faced bankruptcy. His projects failed, investors fled, critics mocked, but he trusted his vision. He said, the way will be made. And in time, divine order arranged the investors, the land, the opportunities. Disneyland was born. Divine order did not fail him, nor will it fail you. But hear another law equally vital, the law of non-resistance. Many delay their blessings because they resist appearances, they fight circumstances, they struggle against obstacles. Beloved, what you resist persists. What you fight strengthens. What you fear attracts. Jesus said in Matthew 5:39, resist not evil. This is not weakness but wisdom. Non-resistance is the refusal to give energy to the negative. It is the quiet turning of mind toward the higher. To resist poverty with fear is to feed it. To resist sickness with panic is to enlarge it. To resist enemies with hate is to bind them to your soul. But to quietly affirm, this too shall pass, divine order governs, infinite intelligence is my guide, is to dissolve the evasiveness, obstacle without strain. Say gently, I resist nothing. I yield to divine order. I flow with the current of infinite life. Carl Jung once said, what you resist not only persists, but grows stronger. He glimpsed the same truth Jesus proclaimed. If you would overcome, do not fight the shadow. Turn to the light. Fix your vision on the solution, not the problem. Impress the subconscious with harmony, not conflict. Think of the river. It flows around the stone, not against it. It finds its path without struggle, so too must you flow in non-resistance. For what you accept with calm faith dissolves swiftly. What you resist with fear lingers. Say to yourself, I flow like the river. Obstacles are nothing to me. I move in peace. I move in power. I move in divine order. Beloved, let us bring these laws together. Prayer is the planting. Divine order is the growth. Non-resistance is the trust that allows the harvest. Your role is not to strain, not to force, not to doubt, but to believe, to imagine, to rest in the unseen, knowing it becomes the seen. Job 22:28 thunders again. Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee. Your decree is prayer. Its establishment is divine order. Its fulfillment is made swift by non-resistance. Some years ago, a woman came to me in tears. She prayed for a home, but nothing appeared. She prayed for peace, but strife continued. I said, your prayer is correct, but your heart resists. You are anxious, fearful, impatient. Release it. She asked, how do I release? I replied, say, I let go. I let God. I trust the unseen order. She obeyed. Within months, circumstances shifted. A house was offered to her at a price she could afford. Peace entered her home. Why? Because non-resistance opened the way for divine order to manifest her prayer. Beloved, learn from her. Release your grip. Cease your struggle. Trust the law. Say softly, I let go. I let God. I trust divine order in all things. Romans 12:2 reminds us, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Renewal is not force, but surrender. Transformation comes not by resisting the old, but by embracing the new. Do not fight darkness. Light a candle. Do not battle lack. Envision supply. Do not rage against sickness. Affirm health. The subconscious will accept the new picture, and the old will dissolve like mist in the morning sun. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before the light bulb glowed, but he did not resist failure. He said, I have not failed. I have found thousands of ways that do not work. That is non-resistance. He flowed with the law, and the law revealed the answer. So must you, dear soul. Do not fear setbacks. They are stepping stones, part of divine order. Do not resist delays. They are gestation, the silent growth of your answered prayer. Do not fight appearances. They are shadows, not substance. Look beyond them to the truth within. Affirm, nothing can stop my good. No delay can deny it. No obstacle can hinder it. Divine order is at work, and I rest in peace. Now as you prepare for rest, let this be your prayer. Infinite intelligence, I accept thy order. I release resistance. I see only harmony, abundance, health, and love. It is done. And so, beloved, let sleep cradle you now, not in worry but in worship, not in struggle but in surrender, not in resistance but in radiant rest. The law is working, the order is unfolding, the answer is sure. Rest, for it is done. Let us now enter a sacred chamber of truth, for within you lies a power more wondrous than electricity, more healing than medicine, more inexhaustible than gold. It is the healing life of your subconscious mind, the river of abundance that never runs dry, the law of circulation that sustains the universe itself. Have you wondered why some men rise from the bed of affliction when doctors have given up hope? Why some women, broken by loss, rise into joy and prosperity again? Why the poor man becomes wealthy, the fearful becomes courageous, the lonely finds love? It is because they have touched the infinite reservoir within, the subconscious mind, through the law of belief, the prayer of faith, and the circulation of good. Psalm 107:20 proclaims, He sent His word and healed them. The word is not far from you. It is in your mouth and in your heart. When you send forth the word in faith, your subconscious receives it and heals your body, prospers your ways, and restores your peace. Say softly, the word of life flows through me now. It heals, it renews, it strengthens, it restores. Healing begins not in flesh, but in thought. Your subconscious built your body. It knows how to mend bones, how to knit tissues, how to harmonize every organ. When you impress upon it the image of health, it responds with order and vitality. Disease is but disordered thought made flesh. Healing is harmonious thought restoring flesh. Consider the words of Proverbs 4:22, for they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. The they is the word of truth spoken and believed. Let me tell you of a man bedridden with tuberculosis. He said, Doctor, I cannot breathe, I cannot work, I cannot live. I replied, each night as you drift into sleep, say within, the breath of God flows through me now. Every cell is filled with life. I am strong. I am healed. See yourself breathing deeply, walking in sunlight, laughing in freedom. He obeyed. Night after night, he sent this command into his subconscious. Slowly breath returned, strength came, healing manifested. Today, he is a living testimony of the law of subconscious healing. Beloved, what he has done for one, he will do for all, for God is no respecter of persons. Whisper now, the healing power of the infinite flows through me this moment. I am whole, I am perfect, I am free. And as healing is the law of life, so too is abundance the law of the universe. Look around you. The stars are countless, the sands innumerable, the waves ceaseless. The infinite gives without measure. Why then should you, child of the infinite, think in terms of lack, of limitation, of poverty? Poverty is not God's will, it is man's belief. Abundance is your birthright. John 10:10 records the words of Jesus, I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. Abundance is not greed. It is the natural overflow of divine life. When you align with the law of circulation, you become a channel through which riches flow, spiritual riches, material riches, relational riches. Say with conviction, I am an inlet and outlet of divine abundance. Money flows to me, health flows through me, love surrounds me. I circulate freely, and abundance returns to me multiplied. Andrew Carnegie, who rose from rags to riches, discovered the law of circulation. He gave generously and wealth returned to him in streams. He founded libraries, schools, institutions, and yet his fortune grew. Why? Because he obeyed the law. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Napoleon Hill, his student, repeated it. The more you give of yourself, the more returns to you. Beloved, wealth is not hoarded. To hoard is to block the current, to stagnate the river. Money is but frozen energy, a symbol of circulation. Use it wisely, give it joyfully, and it flows back to you abundantly. Luke 6:38 declares, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." Giving is not loss, it is multiplication. To give love is to increase love. To give wealth is to increase wealth. To give kindness is to increase joy. Affirm. And I give freely, I receive joyfully. Circulation is the law of my life. I am always supplied, always blessed, always rich. Carl Jung spoke of the psyche as a flowing stream. Block it, and neurosis arises. Let it flow, and harmony prevails. The same is true in finances, in health, in love. Block the circulation through fear, and you suffer lack. Open it through faith, and you live in abundance. Think of the heart. It circulates blood endlessly, giving and receiving in rhythm. If the heart hoarded blood, death would come. Life is circulation. Abundance is circulation. Health is circulation. Say quietly, I circulate love, I circulate wealth, I circulate joy, I circulate healing. Therefore I live in abundance of every good thing. Beloved, resist the old lie that money is evil. It is not money, but the love of money that is bondage. Money is God's idea in circulation, a tool for service, a channel for blessing. To despise it is to cut yourself off from supply. To love it selfishly is to pervert its use. But to honor it as divine substance, to circulate it with wisdom, is to live in prosperity. Remember Ecclesiastes 11:1, Cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. Give, circulate, release, and abundance returns. Let me share the story of a woman in despair. She came to me saying, "Doctor, I am always in debt. I pray, but nothing changes." I asked, "Do you give?" She said, "How can I give when I have nothing?" I replied, "You have thought, you have love, you have kindness. Begin there, circulate what you have, and more will return." She began giving small amounts, blessing every dollar, sharing encouragement with others. Soon opportunities opened, debts dissolved, supply increased. She learned the law of circulation, and abundance became her way of life. Beloved, learn this law. Say within, I bless every dollar that comes to my safe town, and I release every dollar with joy. Money is divine circulation, and I am always prosperous. Now bring these truths together: healing, abundance, circulation. The subconscious holds infinite healing. It holds infinite supply. It circulates according to your belief. If you believe in sickness, it circulates disorder. If you believe in lack, it circulates poverty. If you believe in harmony and supply, it circulates health, wealth, and joy. Romans 8:2 declares, For the law of the Spirit of life in Christ Jesus hath made me free from the law of sin and death. The law of life, the law of circulation, sets you free from lack and limitation. Close your eyes and feel it now. A river of light flows through you, healing your body, enriching your affairs, harmonizing your relationships. You are not a stagnant pond, but a living river. You are not a beggar, but a channel of infinite wealth. You are not a prisoner of disease, but a temple of health. Say boldly, the river of life flows through me. I am healed, I am supplied, I am free. Thomas Edison drew upon circulation of ideas. He said, my brain is a receiving station for thought. He circulated inspiration into invention, and invention into the world. Walt Disney circulated imagination into picture, picture into joy for millions. You too are a channel. Circulate your gifts, and the universe circulates supply back to you. Beloved, as you prepare for rest tonight, release every thought of fear, every image of lack, every resistance to flow. Surrender to the great law. Healing flows, wealth circulates, love increases. Impress this upon your subconscious before sleep, and it will labor all night to manifest it by day. Say now, as your night command, infinite intelligence heals me, prospers me, circulates through me. I am one with the rhythm of abundance, the harmony of health, the joy of love. I rest in this truth, and it is so. And so, beloved, rest in peace. Healing is flowing, abundance is circulating, and the law is working. Your subconscious is bringing forth the good you have decreed. Beloved, let us now speak of the greatest force in heaven and earth, the power that heals, prospers, unites, and lifts. That power is love. Have you suffered loneliness, feeling unseen, unheard, unvalued? Have you endured broken relationships, betrayal, bitterness, or the cold ache of separation? Have you longed for companionship, for harmony in the home, for a love that lifts rather than wounds? Tonight I tell you the answer lies not in pleading with another, not in chasing affection, not in despair, but in impressing upon your subconscious the image of love fulfilled, harmony realized, joy restored. For the word declares in 1 John 4:8, God is love. To know love is to know God, and to know God is to awaken the wellspring of love within yourself. You are not empty, you are not unloved, you are not forgotten, for infinite love abides in your heart, and the subconscious mind will express whatever you impress upon it. Say softly, divine love fills me now. I radiate love, I attract love, I live in harmony. Beloved, love is not possession, it is radiation. When you radiate love, you magnetize it. When you radiate fear, resentment, or jealousy, you repel it. The subconscious mind, like a faithful servant, expresses the dominant feeling you hold. If you dwell on loneliness, it multiplies. If you dwell on bitterness, it poisons. If you dwell on harmony, companionship, affection, and joy, the subconscious responds with relationships that mirror your inner state. Proverbs 23:7 resounds again. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If you think in terms of rejection, you live rejection. If you think in terms of affection, you live affection. If you think in terms of harmony, you live harmony. Affirm now, in my heart I am loved, I am wanted, I am cherished. Therefore, I attract only love and harmony. Consider the words of Jesus in Mark 12:31, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. You cannot give what you do not have. To love others, you must first love yourself, not with arrogance, but with reverence for the divine image within you. To condemn yourself is to condemn the God who made you. To accept yourself is to accept divine creation. Beloved, forgive yourself. Release your past. Let go of guilt, for it chains you to yesterday. Let go of resentment, for it binds you to sorrow. As you forgive, you free your subconscious to express love anew. Whisper gently, I forgive all, including myself. I release the past. I am worthy of love. I radiate love. I receive love. Carl Jung once observed that the unloved self creates shadows in the psyche, attracting conflict in relationships. But the loved self radiates wholeness, attracting harmony. This is why self-love is not vanity, it is sanity, it is spirituality, it is the recognition of divine worth. Beloved, if you long for companionship, begin tonight by imagining yourself in perfect union. Do not picture a specific person unless they too desire it, for love cannot be forced. Instead, see yourself hand in hand with a companion of joy, hearing words of kindness, sharing laughter, living in peace. The subconscious does not know whether the picture is outer fact or inner imagination. It accepts it as real and moves to embody it. Genesis 2:18 records, It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him and help meet for him. Companionship is divine law. You were not made for isolation, but for harmony. Trust that infinite intelligence knows the right one for you, and the subconscious will draw them into your path at the appointed time. Say quietly, The love I seek is seeking me. Divine order brings us together in perfect timing. I radiate love, and love returns to me multiplied. Let me tell you of a young woman who came to me weeping. She said, Doctor, I am always rejected. Men use me, then leave me. I am destined to be alone. I told her, change the image in your subconscious. You are not destined for rejection. You are destined for love. Each night affirm, I am worthy of love. I am cherished. I attract a man who honors me and delights in me. See yourself walking with him, laughing with him, living in joy. She obeyed. Within months she met a man who matched her picture, a man of kindness, respect, and devotion. Today they are married, living in harmony. Why? Because she changed her inner image. Beloved, what is impressed is expressed. Affirm. I see myself loved. I feel myself loved. I know myself loved. And so I live in love. But hear this truth also. Harmony in marriage, friendship, or family is not achieved by controlling another, but by controlling your own thought. Do not pray that another will change. Pray that harmony will fill your subconscious and your relationship will reflect it. When you radiate peace, others respond in kind. When you radiate love, others soften. Romans 12:18 instructs, If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. As much as lieth in you, that is the key. It begins in you, in your subconscious, in the picture you hold. Andrew Carnegie built empires not alone, but through relationships of trust. Napoleon Hill taught that the mastermind principle, harmony of two or more minds, creates power. Harmony multiplies. Discord divides. Choose harmony in thought and harmony will appear in form. Say, I radiate harmony in all my relationships. I attract only kindness, joy, and peace. Divine love governs all my connections. Perhaps you are estranged from family. Perhaps there is bitterness in marriage. Perhaps a friendship lies broken. Do not despair. Begin in mind. Forgive, release, see the author as blessed. Picture them happy, whole, radiant. Your subconscious will project that image, and often they will feel it, though miles apart, for love knows no distance. Remember Matthew 5:44, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you. Why? Because hatred binds, but love liberates. To bless an enemy is to free yourself from their grip. To radiate love toward the unloving is to keep your own soul pure, your subconscious untainted. Whisper, I release all bitterness. I bless those who wrong me. I radiate love, and nothing but love returns to me. Ernest Holmes declared, love is the self-givingness of spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. To love is to create, to love is to heal, to love is to prosper. Beloved, love is not weakness. Love is the strongest force in the universe. It heals the sick, it restores the lost, it multiplies wealth, it brings peace where there was war. Picture now a radiant light in your heart. See it expanding outward, filling your body, your home, your relationships, your world. This light is divine love. As you radiate it, it returns to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Say boldly, divine love fills me, surrounds me, guides me. I am love, I radiate love, I attract love. And so, beloved, as you lay down to sleep tonight, let this be your command. Infinite love governs my mind, my body, my relationships. I radiate harmony. I attract companionship. I live in peace. Love is the law of my life, and love never fails. Rest now in this truth. Love is healing your wounds. Love is drawing to you companionship. Love is restoring harmony. Love is making all things new. Rest, for it is done. Have you ever wondered, beloved, why some rise from poverty to plenty, while others sink though riches were placed in their hands? Have you asked yourself why one man fails again and again, while another with fewer talents and fewer chances ascends to success like an eagle upon the wind? The difference lies not in fortune, nor in birth, nor in chance. The difference lies in the law of assumption, in the unseen workshop of the subconscious mind. For Mark 11:24 resounds like a trumpet. What things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. To believe you receive them is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, to accept in the inner mind that which is not yet visible to the outer eye. When you assume it within, your subconscious expresses it without. Say softly within, I already am what I desire to be. I already have what I desire to have. My subconscious manifests it now. Manifestation is not a struggle. Success is not toil and sweat alone. Manifestation is the effortless outflow of an inner image impressed upon the subconscious mind. The seed planted does not labor to grow, it simply expresses the pattern within. So too, when you assume wealth, when you assume health, when you assume success, your subconscious works in silence, weaving circumstance, directing opportunities, aligning people until the invisible takes form. Romans 4:17 declares of God, He calleth those things which be not as though they were. To call the invisible visible, that is the essence of manifestation. You are made in the image of God. Therefore you too call those things which are not yet seen as though they are, and your subconscious brings them into being. Affirm now. I live in the end of my desire. I feel it real. I walk in its joy, and so it is. Consider the story of Walt Disney, who stood before acres of swamp in Florida. Where others saw mud and mosquitoes, he assumed a kingdom of joy, laughter, and wonder. He walked in the end of the dream. His subconscious mind, fed by his unshakable assumption, magnetized the people, the funds, the energy until Disneyland rose where once was nothing but marshland. Success begins within, beloved. Failure begins within. If you assume defeat, the subconscious makes it so. If you assume victory, the subconscious makes it so. You are never defeated until you consent to defeat. Napoleon Hill taught, "What the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Conception is imagination, belief is assumption. Together they unlock the treasures of the subconscious. Whisper, "I conceive only success. I believe only success. Therefore I live in success." Do you seek promotion in your work? Assume it now. Each night before sleep, imagine yourself congratulated, celebrated, established in the new position. Feel the joy of accomplishment, the security of advancement. Your subconscious, that tireless worker, will bring forth channels and opportunities you knew not of. Do you seek financial freedom? Assume it now. Picture yourself writing the checks with ease, living in abundance, giving generously, traveling freely. Feel it in your body, in your heart, in your breath. The subconscious does not argue. It accepts the assumption and sets the law in motion. Job 22:28 declares, "Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee." Decree it not as future, but as present. Do not say, "I will be," for the subconscious knows only "I am." Say, "I am." Say boldly, "I am successful, I am wealthy, I am guided, I am free." Beloved, let me speak to you of the great law. Your subconscious mind always takes the path of least resistance to bring about your assumption. Do not question how, do not dictate the method. Surrender the how to infinite intelligence, and it will bring to pass by ways you could never plan. Andrew Carnegie did not know in advance each step that would make him one of the wealthiest men on earth. He simply assumed wealth, believed in its reality, and opportunity after opportunity unfolded before him. Ernest Ho Lams proclaimed, "Life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it." What are you reflecting tonight? Fear or faith? Lack or abundance? Failure or success? The mirror of life does not lie. Change the inner assumption and the reflection must change. Affirm, "I assume only the good. I assume harmony. I assume prosperity. I assume victory. My world reflects my inner faith." Perhaps you say, "But doctor, I have failed too often. My past is littered with defeat." Beloved, forget the past. The subconscious does not bind you to yesterday unless you relive it in thought. Begin anew tonight. Assume the new man, the new woman. For 2 Corinthians 5:17 declares, "If any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new." To be in Christ is to be in the consciousness of truth, in the assumption of the divine. See yourself anew. Feel yourself anew. Walk as the one who has already received. This is the law of assumption. Whisper gently, "I am renewed. I am transformed. I am already living in the answer." Carl Jung observed that imagination is not idle fantasy, but the key to the psyche. What you vividly imagine, you magnetize. The subconscious is the womb of creation. It cannot distinguish between reality and vividly assumed imagination. Feed it fear, and fear grows. Feed it success, and success grows. Beloved, assume success tonight. Assume abundance tonight. Assume peace tonight. As you surrender to sleep, impress the image of your fulfilled desire, and your subconscious will work while you rest. Do you feel it now? The lifting of doubt, the stirring of faith, the dawning realization that you are greater than circumstance, that you are heir to infinite supply, that you are the captain of destiny through the law of assumption. This is no theory. This is law. Assume it within, and it must appear without. Say with power, "I live from the end. I walk in the victory." My subconscious expresses only success, abundance, health, and joy. It is done. And so, beloved, as you close your eyes this night, let this be your command. Infinite intelligence, I assume now my perfect success, my perfect health, my perfect wealth, my perfect peace. I feel it real. I live in the end. It is mine now. Have you wrestled with life, beloved? Have you strained, struggled, fought against circumstance only to feel more weary, more entangled, more defeated? Have you grasped at opportunity only to see it slip away, clung to relationships only to feel them dissolve, forced success only to watch it crumble? There is a higher way. It is the way of surrender, the way of non-resistance, the way of divine order. For Psalm 46:10 whispers with eternal calm, "Be still and know that I am God." Stillness is not passivity, it is power. Surrender is not weakness, it is wisdom. To resist is to tighten the knot. To surrender to divine order is to let infinite intelligence untangle the snarl of life. Say softly, I let go, I trust, I surrender my way to the higher way. Divine order governs my life now. The subconscious mind responds most swiftly when you release struggle. The farmer does not dig up the seed to see if it grows. He surrenders it to the soil, trusts the law of growth, and in due season the harvest appears. So too must you plant your desire in the subconscious, release it, let divine order handle the how, the when, the where. Jesus declared in Matthew 6:33, Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. The kingdom of God is within, your subconscious mind attuned to infinite intelligence. To seek first the kingdom is to align your inner state with peace, faith, and love. Then all these things, wealth, health, companionship, success, are added without strain. Affirm gently, I rest in divine order. I let infinite intelligence arrange all things for good. History bears witness. When men forced, they faltered. When they surrendered, they soared. Thomas Edison, after thousands of failures, surrendered to the law of persistence, and the light broke forth. Carl Jung surrendered to the images of his inner world, and from that surrender came a psychology that reshaped modern thought. Ernest Holmes surrendered to the inspiration of spirit, and out of that yieldedness rose a teaching that set countless souls free. Surrender is the secret, beloved. Non-resistance is the law. Romans 8:28 assures us, all things work together for good to them that love God. Not some things, all things, even the failures, even the heartbreaks, even the delays. When surrendered to divine order, what seems loss becomes gain. What seems obstacle becomes stepping stone. Say with quiet conviction, everything in my life works together for good. I am guided, I am safe, I am blessed. Do not fight illness, affirm health. Do not curse poverty, affirm abundance. Do not resist enemies, affirm love. For what you resist, you reinforce. What you accept as already dissolved in divine mind, you transcend. This is the great paradox. The moment you stop clutching, it comes. The moment you stop resisting, it dissolves. The moment you stop fearing, it flees. Whisper, I resist not. I rest in faith. The river of life carries me in perfect order. Think of the mighty river. It does not force its way. It flows, it bends around rocks, it glides past mountains, yet always it reaches the sea. So too with you. When you flow with divine order, no obstacle can stop you. You are carried, guided, supplied. Beloved, surrender is not abandoning desire. It is releasing anxiety. It is saying, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. John 11:41. It is living in the end, then resting in peace. Napoleon Hill wrote of the invisible counselors he met in imagination. Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Edison, Andrew Carnegie. He surrendered his conscious mind, and his subconscious brought forth wisdom as though from living men. This is the fruit of non-resistance. Wisdom that cannot be forced, only received. Affirm now, infinite intelligence guides me. I hear the still small voice. I follow the gentle prompting. I walk in peace. Perhaps you fear the future. Perhaps you feel lost in uncertainty. Remember Proverbs 3:6. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Acknowledge the divine within, and your path will unfold step by step. You do not need to see the whole road, only the next step. Andrew Carnegie, at the height of his empire, said, the older I get, the less I worry. The longer I live, the more I trust that everything is working out for good. That is the voice of surrender. That is the peace of non-resistance. Say quietly, I walk in faith, not fear. I flow with divine order. My life is unfolding in perfect harmony. And so, beloved, let us end where we began, at the night command. As you lay your head upon the pillow, give your subconscious this decree. I surrender this day to infinite intelligence. I release struggle. I release fear. Divine order is established in me, through me, around me. I sleep in peace. I rise in joy. I walk in success. Be still now. Rest. Trust. For he that keepeth Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The infinite within you works ceaselessly, lovingly, wisely. Do you feel it now? The peace that passeth understanding, the calm assurance that you are guided, guarded, prospered. Do you feel the river carrying you, the order arranging you, the love surrounding you? Rest in it. Trust it. Live it, for it is done.